Hi, this is Azad Ahmed, and we're just going to talk about bonds and how bond pricing is affected by market interest rates. How a bond works is you are going to give your principal, that is the investment, money to either a company or it could be the government, and you buy the bond. And from the outset, from the initial start, you know what interest rate you're going to get. The interest rate, for example, in this case is 4.5%. This interest rate of the bond is also known as the coupon rate. So from the start, you know how long your bond is going to run for. Example in here is for 5 years. So you know that at the end of 5 years, the company you gave your money, they're going to use that money in their business and they will return it back to you, the exact dollar figure that you put in, that is $10,000, will be given back to you after 5 years. So that is called the par value, or the face amount, or in other words, again, the principal. So these mean the same from initial whatever your investment is. You're going to get that back after 5 years. So what does the company have to pay you in return for using your money over the 5 years? They're going to be paying you interest over those 5 years. In this case, for example, if it's 4.5% interest, it's going to be $10,000, and you can calculate that very easily by doing $10,000 times 4.5 and hitting the percent, and that will give you $450 in a year. So that's an annual interest rate. So every year you're going to be getting $450 from the company. And yes, although I did make 6 arrows, it should be actually 5 arrows. And of course these are going to be equally divided over the 5 years. But basically the concept is that sometimes bonds, they do pay 6 monthly. However, your total payments over the 5 years will be at the rate of 4.5% interest. So how does the price of the bond work? Now, if you keep your bond till maturity, you do not lose the value of the par value. You're going to get back your $10,000. But if you want to sell your bond in between before the 5 years, suppose after 2 years or suppose after 4 years, you need the money. You cannot get your money back under normal circumstances from the company or from the government. What you need to do is you need to go to a bond dealer in the open market, and you may get less money for the bond you put in, or you may get more. So how does that work? Now, when you started out with the bond, you were looking at that time at interest rates of being around the same level, that is about 4.5%. But when you are going to be if you want to sell your bond after 2 years, let's suppose the interest rates have increased. Instead of 4.5, now interest rates are 7.5%. So it means your bond, which is paying $450, is not very attractive anymore. If there's a buyer out there and they want to buy another bond, they can probably get a bond paying about 7 or 7.5% interest, meaning $750 a year. So your bond is not so valuable anymore. So its value is going to go down. So the bond price will drop. So this is a basic concept. When market interest rates increase, that is, the market interest rates have gone up, now the bond price will go down. So it's not good for the seller. The seller is going to get less money for his bond, but the buyer can get it for a discount. So it depends. Maybe I'm going to put a question mark. We're not sure, but maybe let's suppose the bond value now goes down to $9,780. So it means now you can sell it for less money and the buyer can buy it at a discount. And similarly, if the person did not sell that time later, he said, okay, no, I'm not going to sell it now, I'm going to sell it later on. Maybe he sells it after 4 years. And suppose the interest rates have fallen. So if interest rates have gone down to 2.5%, in this case, now your bond is more attractive because it's paying 4.5%. It's paying $450 a year. So its value is going to go up. The bond price in the market is going to go up. And if you're going to be selling that bond, you may be getting a little more than what you put in. You may be getting, I'm going to put a question mark because we're not sure, it depends, but you may get $10,590 possibly. So this is a basic concept that when market interest rates go up, that is, the prime rate decreases, bond price is going to increase. So the seller gets more money than the principal, and the buyer can buy it at a premium. So in this way, the seller is happy, but the buyer is not so happy. So this should give you an idea about the bond prices and how they work. Okay, have a nice day for now, and goodbye.